dump poop off the side of the mountain. Who fucking cares? But no, this tour bus in specific illegally dumped off a bridge into water. And when they illegally dumped, I guess they didn't notice, a ferry boat was going underneath the bridge. And it was like perfect timing to where everybody on the boat got covered in shit. Like everybody in the boat absolutely covered in shit. Well, welcome to Poopgate. That's the type of stuff we're on now. Yo, guys, welcome back to ChurchMunky. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everyone's week has been well. You know, my week has been pretty good. It was my girlfriend's birthday week, so we hung out with a lot of friends. We did a lot of stuff. On Wednesday, we went and saw this band that she liked called Law Dispute. And, you know, I used to know Law Dispute from back in the day. They were never my favorite band, but they had a really good live energy. And the band that opened for them, I forget what they were called, but it was a good show. It was a good time, you know. Thursday, we went to the Academy of Sciences. That was also a lot of fun. I guess they have a nightlife, and it was pretty cool. You know, it's a science place in San Francisco where they have marine biology. They have African wildlife. They have just like a bunch of science stuff. It's really cool. They have penguins there. And my girlfriend is a really big fan of fish and, what do you say, aquatic life, marine life. She's a big fan of marine life, so we went to see the aquarium, get some drinks. The drinks were overpriced and taste like shit, but hey, what do you expect going to a nightclub type thing, you know what I mean? But it was a good time. They had a DJ that was playing like Party Rockers in the House Tonight. It was pretty good. They had a little mascot running around. It was pretty good. It was a good time. And yeah. It was a pretty good week, and then on Saturday, our friends came over, and we all drank and played card games. Man, I don't know how I feel about those card games. They can be so dirty. Like, some of the questions were, oh my God. And all my friends were drunk, so they answered them honestly, and it's like, Jesus, you know? My one of my homies was there, and he answered one of the cards. I think it was like, have you ever tried anal? And he answered the card, and he said yes, and I was like, oh my God, bro, I know your girlfriend, dude. I feel bad for that girl, bro. I can't believe he answered that honestly, but that's what happens when people get inebriated, dog. I am not like that. I do not want to tell you about my sex life. Those cards, like half the questions, I was like, next. One of them's called truth or drink. Drink. Hell no. I'll be a little open, but not that open. But my girl would answer them for me half the time because she was also drunk. But that was still a fun time. All of our friends came over. They were over late. Shout out to my girlfriend. Happy birthday to her. That was a great time. But in other not so fortunate news, my work truck did break down this week. And it was awful because I guess like a part of the lower ball joint snapped. My boss says that the way it snapped, obviously it was my fault, and I was either driving too fast through a pothole, or this thing's been messed up and rattling for a long time, and I haven't said anything, and I haven't heard nothing rattle, I swear. But I was going pretty fast down that hill, so, yeah, maybe I did go over a pothole too fast, and he was pissed, and that was no fun, and, yeah. So that's how work went, and luckily he fixed it, though, so that's all been cool, and yeah, that's really the only downside. Work has been kind of a pain in the ass, and my work truck broke down. And, you know, if it was just an accident, it'd be whatever. But when you get blamed for something like that, it's like, damn, bro. I guess I was maybe going a bit too fast. But, yeah. Other than that, good week, fun times. Boss fixed the truck. That was nice. I did comedy this week. I did comedy twice. On Monday, I did my buddy Connor's show. That was a fun time at the Iron Ox in Santa Rosa. And then on Friday, I did the Mercy Lounge, which is this place in Katati. And that was a lot of fun. There's a lot of people there I haven't seen in a long time. You know, since I've gotten my car, I don't do stand-up as much. I used to be out like 2 or 3 times a week, see everybody everywhere. But now I really go out like once a month. And yeah, it's just because I'm paying off my car and I don't have extra gas money. But it was really nice on Friday, seeing all my friends I haven't seen in a long time. And watching everybody go up. I filmed a podcast earlier that day with some comedians before we went to the open mic, and yeah, it was a good time. The podcast was fun. Hanging out with them was fun. It's always fun seeing friends. I wish I wasn't so broke and I could afford to go into town more. But literally, the year I move into this town and decide, hey, I want to live closer to work, I also started doing comedy, and there is no comedy in this town. I think one bar has a booked show once a month that I haven't been able to get booked at. But other than that, this isn't a comedy town. This is a wine tourist town. This is an artsy town. So really, unless I got gas money to drive 45 minutes plus, I can't be hitting open mics. So probably once a month, maybe once every other week if I can make it work. But, I just got my insurance claim in. If you've been listening to this podcast for a while, you know that my last car got rear-ended, totaled on the way to my grandma's funeral. Very unfortunate timing. That's God's comedy for you. Didn't make me laugh, but it sure made him laugh. I hope it made him laugh. Otherwise, what the fuck was that for? Dickhead. Fucking, But, yeah, I got the half of it straight off the bat, but then the deductible, I had to wait for the claim to be settled. Claim finally settled. Took that out the bank, put it towards my car. Everything's looking good. Everything's looking awesome. And hopefully I have that car paid off soon. I really enjoyed doing comedy. There's a show tomorrow night I'm going to try and go catch. There was a show last night that I couldn't make it to. I was just too busy at home. But yeah, man, I like doing comedy, I like doing the podcast too, but just meeting new people and going out there and reconnecting with old people, It's always a fun time. And my first show on Monday, I love you, Connor, and I love your shows, but it was honestly pretty tough. I opened up, and it started at 7, and opening is always hard. It is, A lot of people don't show up till 7:45, 8, maybe even 8:15 sometimes. Like, people do not show up on time to shows, so opening was pretty tough. There was not many people there, but what really gives me confidence? You know what I liked? There was not many people there. I was like, oh, it's just a bunch of comedians, whatever. Still doing my set because I respect Connor, and I told him I would. It's still stage time. And I'm sitting there, and I'm getting ready to go, and an old man stands up. Or I'm not getting ready to go, sorry. I'm sitting there. I just got off stage. And some old man stands up from the back of the bar, walks over, taps my shoulder, and goes, "Good job, buddy." And then walked right out. And I was like, hell yeah, thanks, bro. I like making old people laugh. I feel like it's kind of harder to do. So he thought I did good, and then he left. So it's like, he's my number one fan. He came just for me. Nah, but it was still a pretty good show. I remember that night I had to help my grandma with some stuff, so I did not see who was headlining. But I watched most of the comics. I watched my buddies, and it was a really fun time. I like going out there and doing comedy. I got to start bringing my tripod more so I can record more clips. I used to have a lot of friends that came out, but stuff happens, and yeah, now it's sometimes me solo, sometimes my girlfriend can come, and I just need to get a tripod. I'm looking at a tripod right now, dumbass. I need to remember to bring my tripod to these shows, so I'm not just doing it for nothing, dog. I want to show you guys my jokes and then write new ones. Post them and write new ones, you know what I mean? That's my current vibe, and yeah, I don't know. I really did enjoy the shows. Both of them were a lot of fun. I never did that one in Cotati, and it was packed. It was at the Mercy Lounge. It's like a weed store in Cotati. And, yeah, it was packed pretty heavily. It was packed to the brim. I was impressed. And I've never heard of it before, so yeah, I might go back there. I might go just to watch. I think this week I'm going to an open mic just to watch. Sometimes, a lot of places are bucket pulls or you don't know when you're going to go up. And a lot of times when I'm driving into town, I got to do something, help my grandma with something, help my girlfriend with something. So sometimes I don't go to open mics because I'm like, oh, I can't sign up. So I'm in town doing something else. But I've been thinking about it, and it's like, even if I can't sign up, if I'm in the town over, I think I should stop by. Just say what's up. Watch a couple sets, you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to start doing that. But I did definitely have a lot of fun at both shows, I'm always always thankful and grateful to get some stage time. And I was grateful to see my pals. I miss them. Podcasting is fun, but it is most definitely lonely. I am so lonely. I have nobody. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been on. Other than my truck breaking down at work, stuff's been good. I've been doing comedy. I got my mom's old TV up in my room. My grandma got me a new laptop. I'm very grateful that the people around me are very nice to me and give me nice things. And life is good. I really don't have much to complain about, but the work truck breaking down was very tough, as I'm sure you can imagine. And especially because my boss was pissed off. You guys know how bosses be when you break something or something fails or something. Yeah, I don't know. He really thought it was my fault. He was pretty pissed off, and that day was a pain in my ass for sure. For sure. Um, that day sucked so bad. But other than that, life's good. Can't complain. I feel like life's good. I moved into this downstairs apartment. I'm enjoying it. Got to get a dog now. I have a backyard for a reason, right? Either a dog or a backyard. Got to get one of the two. But yeah, other than that, that's what I've been doing in my everyday, or not my everyday. That's what I've been doing with my life, the fun things I've been up to at least, I like to share a little bit with you guys. One day I will have such an exciting life where every podcast I just talk about the shit I've done recently. But no, that's the shit I've done recently. It's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying my new car, man. I upgraded from a Ford Fiesta to a Ford Explorer. Man, I am 6 foot tall and 250 pounds. I'm a pretty big guy. And that Ford Fiesta, I didn't realize how cramped I was, It's what I could afford after high school. So I've always kind of just been like, I'm grateful for what I can afford. I have a car, And of course, I'm still grateful for that car. I still love that car. But damn, the Explorer, dude. It's a full-on SUV, dog. I got all the leg room. Outmatched, dog. It's just such a nice fucking car. Heated seats. And I got lucky that I got it for cheap, Some people that I help out with landscaping around town were trying to get rid of it, and they didn't want much money for it. So, yeah, I'm enjoying that new car. I'm definitely enjoying that. It is weighing me down, make me not be able to do so much comedy, but hey, what can you do? There's pros and cons to everything in life. You can't just never change or never get anything new because there might be a bad side to it, So, been enjoying the new car, been enjoying everything in life. Except for my work truck breaking down. If my boss is listening to this, I'm sorry. I will not speed on that mountain anymore. All right, I wasn't speeding on that mountain. I don't know what happened. Okay, I was maybe going a little fast, okay? I will avoid potholes, and I will drive slower on that mountain next time. I'm very sorry. But, yeah, that's all that's going on in my life. Now it's time to talk about what videos I've been watching, okay? Today I was at work. And I listened to a video that was titled, it was titled Poopgate. I'm sure you guys have heard of Watergate and Pizzagate. Well, welcome to Poopgate. That's the type of stuff we're on now. And I was really just surprised that this happened so long ago and I'd never heard about it. But it was titled Poopgate, and pretty much what it was there was a tour bus that illegally dumped like a shit ton. All right, well, there's going to be a little cut right there. I got these black office chairs off Amazon for the podcast, and I knew they were too cheap to be true. They were like $50 for a 2-pack, and that's rare to come across for rolly chairs. And I noticed in the other one I was slowly sinking throughout it. I kept going lower, so if you guys noticed that, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, no you didn't. Listen on fucking Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you didn't fucking see that, okay? Anyways, Poopgate, dude. This really funny shit I want to talk about. It was where a tour bus illegally dumped poop. And okay, that's environmental friendly, right? But really, who gives a shit? You dump poop off the side of the mountain. Who fucking cares? Is it going to probably kill a few birds that eat it? Yeah, but fucking who cares? I'm saying that now. I don't have my laptop next to me. Maybe it is really bad for the earth, okay? But I don't recycle. Sue me, okay? I used to live in Texas. When we were in Texas, You had one black can. There was no blue can bullshit. Okay? All my cans go in the same place all the other trash does, because I don't believe they really do shit with that recycling. So it's like, how bad is illegally dumping shit? Is it like as bad as not recycling, or is it really bad for the environment? That I don't know. But in my head, it's like as bad as not recycling. And if it's like as bad as not recycling, who fucking gives a shit? You're just illegally dumping. Like, it's just shit. Who fucking cares, dude? But no, this tour bus in specific illegally dumped off a bridge into water. And when they illegally dumped, I guess they didn't notice, but a ferry boat was going underneath the bridge. And it was like perfect timing to where everybody on the boat got covered in shit. Like, everybody in the boat absolutely covered in shit. And it was actually, no lie, kind of sad. There was this one guy who was like, it was so disgusting. I felt internally sick, dude. He said there was a pregnant woman there that threw up over and over. Oh, my God. He said that there were handicapped and disabled people who couldn't move, so they were just screaming and stuck in shit. Oh, my God. Oh, that's my worst nightmare. You know, I don't have OCD, but I'm a pretty clean type of guy. Like, if I'm eating a greasy cheeseburger, I like to eat over the sink so I can wash my hands. Yeah, I can't imagine being covered in poop, bro. That's like, that's so crazy, dude. Yeah, hopefully that'll never happen to me in my life. Thankfully, I avoid boats a lot, but the timing is impeccable. And another thing I thought that was crazy was that the captain of the boat said, "Aw, everyone got covered in poop. You know what? Start handing out free drinks." Dude, if you were covered in shit and you took a free drink, oh no, I'm going to start dry heaving just thinking about it, dude. Taking a sip while you're covered in shit? No way, Jose. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, the captain was like, offer free drinks. We're heading to the next port as soon as possible. And then, dude, they get to the port. They give the people refunds of their tickets. And then they wash the boat down. And what? You think it's closed for the day? You think it's closed so it can get a deep clean overnight or for the next week? No. They wash the boat down and reopen it same day, bro. What the fuck, bro? I don't care how much bleach you used. That thing still has shit particles on it. Like, what? What are we talking about? That's crazy. Same day? Nah, it's okay. We use Dawn, you know. That shit cleans oils. It'll clean some shit up. It'll clean how many ever hundreds of gallons of poop. Oh, my God. And then, so, you know, they did an investigation because obviously I think some people did go to the hospital, but no one was really seriously hurt. But, like, you could get a lot of weird infections. You could get really fucked up by that. Like, that's not cool. Like I said in the beginning, illegally dump in a ditch on a mountain, yeah, you're kind of a shitty guy, but this, holy moly. And, yeah, someone could have seriously gotten hurt. Thankfully, no one did. But they did an investigation, and they found the type of bus it was. They found what type of bus it was and what people were driving that type of bus. And the driver they thought it was, he was like, no, that wasn't me. I do have a bus like that, but it's definitely not. And it ended up being the Dave Mathews Band. Bruh. They traveled, I think, with 3 or 4 buses. So them and their driver were being honest when they said it wasn't them. But I think it was like the violinist and someone else on the crew. Oh my God, the Dave Mathews Band be dumping shit. Dude. The Dave Mathews Band be dumping shit? Illegally? That's like the funniest sentence that's ever been said. Not the Dave Mathews Band. Fuck. I used to love them, but now they're canceled. Hashtag poo cancellation. I tried to think of something funny. That was fucking stupid. But, yeah, ended up being a member of the Dave Mathews Band. And the another part that I thought was crazy is that, let me see, I wrote it down. This whole situation happened in 2004. How the fuck? I know the Dave Mathews Band. Everyone knows the Dave Mathews Band. They're not my favorite band. I don't know all their albums, but I do very well know the Dave Mathews Band, and I know a few songs by them. And this happened in 2004. I'm hearing about it 22 years later in 2026. That's crazy. I don't know how that's not like a tour bus legend. I watch a lot of those. You guys ever seen those videos that are like tour bus? Tour bus. They used to do them back in the day for emo bands, and it was like it was MTV Cribs for tour buses, like Explore My Tour Bus or whatever. And yeah, I never heard any one of them. All of them said, you don't shit on the bus. You never shit on the bus. That's off limits. I never ain't heard one of them said, you don't shit on the bus and you don't want to dump it like Dave Mathews. Like, is this not a widely known thing? How? The Dave Mathews Band, they fucking denied it for so long, but then it came out of like pictures of the bus and the route the bus was on, and they had to be like, all right, that was our fault. I think they settled out of court for some money, but like, damn. Yeah, how is that not some tour bus legend, dude? I really don't understand that. The Dave Mathews Band, dude, yeah, I know them. I'd expect to have heard of that. And something else, I think this one's a little more recent, though. Something else I just heard about recently is that Google and Meta lost a lawsuit where apparently they had to pay like $3 million to this girl because she said that she got addicted to social media as a kid. Bruh. So when are we all getting our paychecks? Like, I can't stop scrolling Instagram and YouTube Shorts. When are we all getting our paychecks, okay? I was born in 2002. I remember when the YouTube app came out. I remember when that shit looked like a TV, okay? When am I getting my paycheck? I'm fully addicted to YouTube. I'm talking to a camera for YouTube right now. Like, what the fuck? I used to use Kick a lot. That app was scary. When am I getting my fucking check, dude? Like, seriously. But yeah, I heard that, and I thought that was crazy. I Googled it, and it was true. I don't have my laptop with me right now, but damn, $3 million. I wonder how hard she had to prove it. I wonder if she had a really good lawyer or if she had really good proof. I wonder if the lawsuit, maybe it was about targeted ads or something. I don't know. But damn, I need $3 million, bro, and I'm addicted to social media. I guess I'm not, but for $3 million, I will make myself addicted to social media tonight. You know what I mean? Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe she was like hardcore addicted to social media. Maybe there was hardcore proof that when she was a kid, she had kid-targeted ads that kept her on apps. I don't even know. But Google and Meta paying $3 million because addicted to social media. That blows my mind. That's a newer thing. And then fucking Poopgate, dude. We're learning a lot today, right? But yeah, dude, I mean, Google is not the smartest. Back in the day, before AI was really popular, Google paid this company for some type of AI, and it ended up that AI stood for All Indian. And the company that they paid like $500 million to for their AI product, the company was literally just 50 Indian men on the other side of the world that were answering questions. They had a 24/7 chat service. It took them years to find out, but like, damn. I thought Google would be fucking good at business at this point. Like, Jesus Christ. Losing $3 million in a lawsuit. Damn, I didn't even think about that part. If Google loses, like, Google must have the best lawyers ever, right? Google lost a lawsuit? Had to pay $3 million? That's crazy. Because she was addicted to social media, bro. Pay me my check, bro. I was on Kick when I was a kid and some creep talked to me, bro. Pay me my check. What the fuck? Where's my check, dog? That's not right, homie. I need some compensation in this bitch. But yeah, just for those two reasons, it blows my mind. Like, what kind of proof did she have to prove that she was addicted to social media, first off? Was she just like, look at my weekly usage. Look at how many hours I use it every day. Like, what was the proof that she's addicted to social media? I can't stop popping my pussy on the internet. Like, what? Like, I can't stop live streaming and thank you for the roses. What was the proof that she's addicted to the internet? It had to have been like her daily usage, right? Look at my usage. Even my iPhone tells me I need help. I get those reports sometimes that are like, hey, check out your weekly usage, dog. You ain't been good. You've been lacking, dog. You've been on your phone a lot this week. I get those reports too. Do I got a case? Do I got 3 million on my hands? Oh, milli, oh, milli, oh, milli, oh, milli, oh, milli. You know what I mean? For $3 million, I could be a great actor, bro. I could act in any movie. I could act addicted to social media. I could do a lot for 3 million. Don't even ask unless you really want to find out. Unless you have 3 million, don't even put the question on the table, cuz I will say yes right away. And then if you don't have that 3 million, that's not cool. But yeah, I really wonder. I wish I could have been in the room for that case and seen Google lose. I mean, has Google lost a lot of lawsuits? I'm just assuming they got the most money. They got to have the best lawyers, right? It's pretty crazy. I wish I had my laptop here so I could Google it and look more into it, but sorry. We're still figuring out the set. If you're watching on YouTube and not listening to this, I hope you guys like this new set. For anyone who's listening, we got a guitar, a little guitar picture next to me. It's like a painting almost, but it's not. It shows like a bunch of guitar chords and stuff. And then we got a zigzag sign behind me. I think it's pretty good. I do need to figure out I might have a second phone, you know. I did just move downstairs and I have this old iPhone that my sister borrowed for a while. And it should be in my room, but I can't find it. I was going to use that tonight to Google shit cuz I don't like being wrong about stuff, but you know, it's a new set, freshly moved. Still haven't fully gotten used to this place, you know? I think we've been down here for 3 weeks, almost a month, just barely a month, I think, next week. And, yeah, just not used to it, not fully unpacked. I need to find all my stuff. But, yeah, I hope you guys liked the new little set, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I think that's about all I got to talk about. This is a pretty short one this week. Yeah, doing comedy was fun. I had a pretty good week. I hope everyone else did too. You know? Sometimes shit happens at work, but you gotta look at the positives. You gotta have fun. And you know, when I first got with my girlfriend, her first birthday, I looked at everything as just spending money, but that's not how you gotta look at things, you know? Did I spend quite a bit of money on my girlfriend and her birthday? Yes. But did she have a great time? Yes. Did I have a great time? Yes. Did all of our friends have a great time? Yes. That's how you gotta look at it. We all had a great time. We all enjoyed ourselves, and it was very worth it. It was a rough week at work. It was a long week. It was a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful. I'm humble. Dude, start playing some rap song. No, I'm just fucking around. But, yeah, for real. The last thing I have to talk about is this week's album of the week. I've forgotten to do it the last few podcasts. I wanted to do it with... I just had a couple guests on that one. That podcast should come out in a week or two. I wanted to do it with them too, but we were in a rush to get to that open mic right after. But I want to keep the album of the week going. This week's album of the week is Mothership by Dance Gavin Dance. Oh my God, such a good album. Frozen One, Deception, Here Comes the Winter. So many good songs, front to back. You guys know Dance Gavin Dance, one of my favorite bands of all time. This is the end of the show. You should be opening up Spotify, looking up Mothership by Dance Gavin Dance. You shouldn't be doing anything else on YouTube. If you're watching any other shows, you hate me, and you're cheating on me pretty much. Think about that. You know what we did last weekend and how I wasn't going to tell your girlfriend? Well, I'm going to tell her, bro. If you cheat on me and watch another video. Instead, go to Spotify, listen to Mothership by Dance Gavin Dance. Listen to it front to back. Okay? Maybe at first, maybe you're not a fan of emo music. Maybe at first you'll be put off by it. But trust me, it is a great album. Definitely one of my favorites by them. I feel like it's when they had a lot of production and money behind them, you know. They do now, and they still have a really good sound. But I just feel like that was the peak of Dance Gavin Dance. I listened to them a long time ago, and I remember when that album came out, and it was just, they had a lot of... advertisement for a lot of, maybe Jackpot Juicer would actually be the hype of that all because that was a really big album and that had a lot of ads on my YouTube and shit. But I'm not talking about Jackpot Juicer. I'm talking about Mothership, okay? I've heard a few songs from this album live. Such a good album. God, I'm seeing this band again in October. Love Dance Gavin Dance. Turn off YouTube. Go to Spotify. Listen to Mothership by Dance Gavin Dance. That's it for this week on Church Monkey. If you guys listened or watched this far, I appreciate you. And we'll see you next week. Hasta luego. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Church Monkey. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. If you want any exclusive content or our social medias, all that will be at churchmonkey.com. Thanks for listening.